Jai Jinendra and Namaste everybody. Welcome to Thursday, another one for yoga and meditation and some wisdom from Dr. Pranav Shah. Thank you on behalf of Anekant Community Center and Sarvamangal Family Trust for your services, Pranavai. With that, please go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
So we talked a little bit about mindfulness last week and how it helps to reduce stress, helps us get into our rest and healing, and changes even the function and the physical parts of the brain. So we thought we would talk a little bit more about that today, because I think it's such an important topic and it can be talked about and studied actually quite a bit to really understand it well.
Mindfulness, basically we define mindfulness as the art of living in the present moment without any judgment, and being being aware of what is going on around you, inside you. So not only just your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, but also your body. We often ignore our body quite a bit, and our environment. Just simply being aware of what is going on, and learning to kind of pause and respond to things rather than react to them in the moment. So we talked about how we live on autopilot, right? So we kind of do things automatically without thinking about them. And that's okay when it comes to things like driving or showering or washing dishes. But when it comes to having conversations with our friends and family, doing something work related, we very much need ourselves to be present and not and don't need our mind to be wandering around. So we want to give some practical tips on how to be present in the moment. And when you're feeling stressed out and your emotional mind is hijacking your rational mind, what can you do? What kinds of things can you do to bring yourself back into the present moment?
And you can even notice when those things are happening, because again, either you're ignoring something that's happening inside you, but you'll notice you'll have a stomach ache or a headache. So they manifest in different ways. Or all of a sudden you'll notice that your head is starting to think about all these things that you don't even know are true. Like somebody may have bumped you accidentally and you think that they didn't care, but actually they didn't even notice, and your head is like spinning around and around. So those are the times that you can actually realize this is happening to you. And these are some of the tricks and some little hacks, I guess is what we call it, we can use to help us stop and realize what's happening.
So some of the most useful ways to practice mindfulness is actually to, when you're doing those autopilot activities like driving, washing dishes, taking a shower, at that moment and those moments, practice kind of paying attention to what you're doing. And that will then train your mind to be more present at other times also. I don't know how many of you have experienced this, but often we're leaving for a party or something or an event, and then we drive off and we realize, oh, we have forgotten something. So whenever you're starting something new or starting a new activity, pause for a moment and just think about, okay, what do I need or what do I want to do? What am I doing right now? How am I going to get there? Do I need to take anything from my home? So just that little pause in between helps a lot. We've become so busy that we don't have time to get bored, right? So we don't let our mind just be. So see if you can find time to just be with yourself. Um, some time during the day, instead of keeping yourself busy every second of the day. Unplug yourself. Switch off that phone, switch off the TV uh, and your laptop, uh, and just kind of be with your thoughts for a few minutes at least every day.
And if you have children at home, this is something that you can even do together. And literally, it could be for 5 minutes. So just ask them to take a break and to just sit with you for 5 minutes without saying anything, without doing anything, and just breathing. And it gives them a moment to slow down also and just notice their thoughts. Because I think right now, and maybe during COVID, it's a little different, but I know when we had kids, they were constantly busy. They were doing so many activities every day. And then they had homework, and then they had this, and then they had that, and they were constantly doing something. And they had very little time to just be with themselves and understand what's going on inside. So important for them as well as us.
Well, Parul mentioned slowing it down, right? So there are some easy ways to slow things down. So, when you go grocery shopping or go somewhere, park a little further away. Don't try to find the nearest parking spot, and just walk slowly to the store or wherever you're going. And that gives you that 1 or 2 minutes extra to kind of just be with yourself. Um, if you are at work, again, slow it down a little bit in between things. So just give yourself 30 seconds to kind of pause in between your projects, whatever you're working on, or seeing patients, or whatever you're doing. Give yourself 15-30 seconds to pause and kind of just breathe.
Sometimes if we don't do that, whatever we're carrying from the patient before, or the project before, or whatever thoughts that we have with the person before that we're talking to, that carries over to the next thing. And that other person or other project or anything else that you're working on ends up kind of being affected by the feelings we have inside. So if you can just take a pause, kind of let go of everything, and then start afresh with a new person, new project, the new thing that you're doing is also helpful, and it doesn't affect the other person as well.
And then one last tip: when you're with somebody, when you're talking to somebody, see if you can put your phone away, because even just the presence of the phone in front of you, you don't realize how much it takes your attention away. And if being with that person is important to you, it is really important that you put the phone away and just focus on that conversation that you're having. And that makes a big difference also.
Yeah, just treat them like you'd want to be treated. Imagine how many times you might walk away from a conversation and don't even remember what you talked about. Or somebody introduced themselves and you can't remember the name. Like, why is that? The name was just said a second ago, but our mind was on something else and we didn't pay attention to what was really happening. So if you could just take that breath and let go of all that and really...
Okay, we're going to do a pranayama practice.
Well, today I really wanted to talk a little bit about the lymphatic system, and I'll let Pranav, who's the doctor, explain the system a little bit better and the importance of it. And one of the main things about the lymphatic system is, unlike the circulatory system with the heart, we have the heart to pump the blood through the body. There is no pump for the lymphatic system. And so there are different techniques, including some breathing techniques, that can help with the lymphatic system and to help with immunity, as well as, well, I'm going to again let you explain better with what I have it written down, but I think the doctor's, he's better to explain this than I am.
So basically, sorry about that. The lymphatic system is a sort of a system that runs parallel to our blood circulatory system. So, and the lymph actually helps us drain and get rid of all the toxic substances that regularly collect in our tissues and muscles and all space surrounding the organs. So there's this whole parallel system, which is the main purpose of which is to remove the toxic substances that are regularly collecting.
And so there are a lot of different specific points that that we'll talk about, and we'll just do it together so that you'll get the benefits as we talk about it. And then we're going to do Kapalbhati today. And I didn't really originally want to do Kapalbhati in the evening. It is a little bit energizing, but I think it'll be great for us to teach it to you and for you to use it. I would definitely recommend doing it in the morning. But again, it stimulates the lymphatic system within the pelvis and the belly. And the Kapalbhati has a lot of other benefits as well. But let's go ahead and start. Well, let me go ahead and start with Kapalbhati then. So it's a breathing technique, and it has a more of an active exhalation and a passive inhalation. So for example, I won't even think about breathing in, but instead I'm going to be pressing my belly inwards as I exhale, and you'll be exhaling out of the nose. And sometimes it's good to have a tissue paper with you, because sometimes, you know, if you have a runny nose, you might have some mucus falling out of your nose, but you'll just press out in the nose. So you'll be exhaling out of the nose.
You're a little further, so you can show.
Yeah, let me see. Okay. So I'll teach it, and then I'll talk about the benefits, and then we'll do it together. So again, if the belly, and I can't, you can see it from the side, but you want to press the belly in, so it's, so as you press it in, you're blowing out of the nose. And you can take your time with this right now. You can do it slowly. If we're a beginner, we'll probably only do about 10 today. As you get better, as you get more comfortable, you'll increase it. There are a few people who should not be doing this. If you have high blood pressure, you probably won't want to do this one, or you can take it very slowly. Other than that, I think you can pretty much do this exercise. But again, if you have high blood pressure, please just go into a regular, deep, long breath, breathing in and breathing out.
It's also really good to wake yourself up. This really kind of stimulates your brain, so it wakes you up and makes you more alert. So if at 2 o'clock in the afternoon you're feeling a little sleepy, this would be a good exercise to do.
So I'm going to write down, I'll tell you the benefits, and then I'll have Sepan or Nathan go ahead and give you this list as well, so that you can understand them and read about it later. But it aids in digestion. It removes acidity and gas-related problems. It also helps with belly fat loss, because it actually uses the muscles in the belly to contract and expand. It also strengthens the lungs. And right now we all need that, especially during this COVID time. I mean, the stronger our lungs, the better we can face anything that comes across our way.
There are actually many people who are recommending this breath during this time, during the pandemic, because it does help clear out your lungs.
It increases blood supply. It also helps when we're talking about if you're getting tired, you're feeling a little lazy. It kind of helps with waking you up a little bit and energizing your body. It actually helps with the brain cells, and can even help with the aging process. And who doesn't want that benefit? I know I would want that as much as possible. So let's go ahead and try. We're going to do 10 of them only. And then in the practice, I will talk about the other ways of helping the lymphatic system through the movement. So again, relax the shoulders. You can have your palms up or palms down. You can even touch the fingers and the thumbs together. Spine is long. You might even just close your eyes just to feel your breath. And just take a few breaths right now. Just kind of connect with it and feel it. Breathing in and breathing out. Press the belly in towards the spine as you breathe out. We'll do one more just normal, natural breath. And release. And then go ahead and breathe in, and we're going to start our Kapalbhati. Inhale through the nose, fill the belly. And exhale through the nose. Let's go. And exhale. Keep going. Press the belly in. Press the breath out of the nose. Suck the belly in. Really. Suck it in towards the spine. Keep going and exhale for 10 seconds more. For 10. And 9. 8. 7. You can feel the contraction of the muscles in the belly. And 4. 3. Mouth is closed but soft. And 2. And 1. And your last breath, you're going to just hold the belly in, hold the breath for just a moment, close your eyes, bring everything into the center, and then let it go out of the mouth. And just take a moment and just notice. I know I feel a little warm after this breath. Have a little bit more energy. Also helps to increase and burn extra calories. Why not? And then we're going to open our eyes and just blink your eyes for a moment. And let's go ahead again. I will go ahead and add this to the information that we have on different breathing techniques. And we're going to go ahead and go into our practice today. And in the practice, we will do some work that will help with the lymphatic system. So if you give me a moment. When it comes to seated, I'm going to give Pranav a chair. And then just come to a comfortable seated position here. Maybe your legs are crossed. I like to sit on something. This really helps my pelvis to tilt slightly forward, which also helps to strengthen and lengthen my spine. Without the pillow, sometimes I end up grounding up. So it's just nice to have something to sit on.
Is the audio okay? Can everybody hear her well?
Can you increase her just a little bit?
Sure.
So I'll go ahead and get started while he does that. And we're going to start with some of the work on the lymphatic system. So as you just breathe in the nose slowly and out of the nose slowly, take your fingers, your index and your thumb, and just rub the earlobes a little bit here. And rub behind the ears. Rub the ears all together, maybe even make little round circles with them. This is where one of the lymphatic system and nodes are. So it's just really opening up and helping to the flow of your lymphatic system. Just do a couple more times. Remember, just breathing in the nose, slow and deep. Exhaling slowly out of the nose. A couple more seconds here. And release. And then just reach the arms all the way up into the side. And exhale the cactus. Drop the shoulders down. Press the elbows back. Press the palms up towards the sky. All of this can be done when you're seated. And then inhale, lift. And exhale, bring the hands forward. Now notice the shoulders. If they're coming forward, press the shoulders back. Lift the heart. And then we're going to open and close the hands as fast as you can go. Really working into the hands, the joints. While you do this, just remind yourself that this practice is just a guideline. You're going to listen to your body, trust what you're listening to. We talked about mindfulness and being present. Be present with yourself and only do what you can do and only do what's good for you. And then release and then gently have a fist, but don't make it too tight, and rotate the wrist. Really working into your joints. And we'll go the other way. We can go both the same way if you can. It's a little bit like rubbing the head and the tummy. Bring the palms up and then bring it in and out. So just tap and 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the elbows in, open them up, out, and in, and out, and in, and out. Again, it's working into the upper back and the chest, the armpits. 1 more, and out, and inhale. Bring the right hand behind you, bring the left hand onto the elbow. Open this right elbow outwards, and then gently press the right elbow towards the left side. Open the right side body. And release, and inhale, lengthen. Let's do the other side. Left hand back, right hand on the elbow, and gently press to the right. Open up the left side body. We're also opening up the triceps. And come back to center and release the arms. We're just going to shrug, squeeze the armpits together. Again, this is where your lymph nodes are, and release. We'll do it a couple times. So squeeze and down, squeeze and down, squeeze and down. 3 more. Squeeze and down. 1 more. Squeeze and down. And then with the neck, you're gonna go side to side. So it's right and left. Again, really massaging the lymph system.
Pranav, can you make her a little bit louder?
Sure.
And left and right. I'll talk a little louder if I can. Left and right and release. Awesome. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and release the pillow from behind me and then bring my right leg out. Right. So again, lengthen your spine. So if you're rounded up, see if you can really lengthen out. If you're seated on a chair, just bring the right leg straight out. And then we're just gonna lift it and tap it. Lift and tap, working into the right quads. I'll help you guys here if you're on the chair. We'll do the same thing. You're just gonna lift and down, lift and down. So keep going for 3 and 2, and then hold it up and rotate the ankles. Go one way, go the other. Use your abs to hold you tight. Keep going. Maybe point and flex and squeeze the toes a lot. Deep breath. Okay. And then release the leg.
Okay, go.
All right. So hopefully you can hear me now. I'm going to talk a little
That's
loud.
good.
Yep. Okay, cool. So you're going to bend the right knee and then press your chest towards that shin. So you're going to get a good stretch into the hip, into the glutes. And then this is a little challenge. So you can just stay here. If you're on the chair, your left ankle's on the thigh. Otherwise, if you're sitting down and you want a challenge, lift the heart and chest. Press the hips up. Deep breath. And release all the way back down. And we're going to switch the legs. So here we go. This time, my left leg is out. Straight, good. And then you're going to lift up and down. For 5 and 4 and 3. Straight spine. Press the hips up and forward and 2. And hold it here. Rotate those ankles. Point and flex. Work into the joints. Squeeze the toes up and down. Really work into your feet. Good. Again, your feet are another place, and your calves. Really important to work the calves to help the lymphatic system. Good. And release that left leg. Right leg is going to go over the left. You're going to exhale by squeezing that right knee to the left armpit, pressing the spine straight, and then exhaling, twisting to the right, gazing over the right shoulder. See if you can really squeeze the belly inwards and twist it deeply. One more deep breath. And come back to center. Right ankle on the left thigh. And just come to the side. Bring your hand slightly back and bend the left knee. Press the chest forward and get a stretch into this right hip and glutes. It's like a figure 4. Okay. Open the collarbones wide and shine the heart forward. Beautiful. And then if you want that challenge, lift the hips, squeeze the body up, squeeze the triceps. One more deep breath. And release. Beautiful. And then bring both legs down. We're going to do a little bit of ab work. So if you're on the chair, you can bring your feet together. You want to slide up to the front of the chair and then lean back as far as you can without touching the back. And then lift. And then from here, you're just going to do like 6 inches up and down if you're on the chair. If you're on the ground, you can come all the way down, all the way up. Otherwise, just go about 6 inches up and down. You don't want to hurt the low back. Good. Here we go. For 5 and down. It's 4. Down. You're working the inner thighs. 3 and 4. Hold it here. Lift the arms if you can. Lengthen the spine. Bring the legs into the letter L. Hold it here. Deep breath. You can always hold on to the back of the legs. You can hold on to the ground, whatever works best. Squeeze the legs into the chest. Hold it there. And maybe lengthen the legs straight up. One more deep breath. It's hard on the chair, I know. You can always put the legs down and release. Good job. And cross the ankles and come onto all fours. So if your knees bother you, see if you can get a padding or a towel or a pillow and bring them underneath your knees. And we're going to go into cat and cow. Really important. This is great for the spine. Press gently into the fingertips and your knuckles. Turn your biceps forward so the eyes of the elbows are facing forward. And press into your shins. And then you're going to go into cat and cow. So just let the belly fall. Lift that tailbone high. Open the heart. Spread the collarbone wide. exhale to tuck it under, round it up, let your head sink down, shake it out. Really press into the ground. And then continue here. Maybe you'll bring the arms and the hands to face you, just stretching the wrist a little bit more. One more like that. Maybe the hands are coming to the side this time. And exhale. And release. And then bring your hands to face the front again. So your fingertips are facing forward. And then we'll do a little challenge here, or you can just keep it here. So left leg is going to go, I'm going to hit you. Left leg is going to come straight out, right? And you're going to exhale to bring your forehead toward the ground, or maybe just come down a little. Press your palms, bring the knee into the forehead. Inhale, lengthen straight back out. Exhale, bring it down. Press, round it up. One more, lengthen, and bring it down, and press, and hold it here, and then a little flexing of the foot, and just come up and down for 4, squeeze that glute, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release that left foot, and just press the left heel back, stretch the back of that left leg. If you're sitting, you can actually press, yes, perfect, good. And then maybe you just stay like this, or you lift that right knee an inch off the mat, hold it here. Take a deep breath, drop the knee if you need to. And then press into the elbow for 3, and 2, and 1. And release the knee, release the other leg, and come up on your knees for a moment. Bring your hands together and interlace your fingers and stretch out the wrist. And we'll come back and do the other side. So here we go. And then this time my right leg, left arm, hold it here. Bring the left arm down, and then exhale, bend the elbows, and we bring the forehead towards the ground, and press, good. Perfect, and you can just press, if you're seated, you can press and press up. So you can use your elbows, you can press all the way up, lengthen, there it is, yeah. Here we go, a couple more. Exhale, and press. Round it up, bring the knee to the forehead. And inhale, and release, and press, and release the right foot. Press the right heel back, stretch into the calf. Again, you want to work into the calf, ankles, and feet. And then maybe lift that left knee just an inch off the ground. So this foot is nice and loose right here. And then the left knee can touch the left elbow and tap it in, or drop the right knee too and just tap it in from here. For 3, 2, and 1. And release it one more time. And this time just bring your hands back up and just rotate the wrist one way and the other. And we're going to come back all the way down, and we're going to float to the ground. So bring your hips down. We're going to do our chaturanga. Squeeze the elbows together. Biceps are facing forward. And we're going to bend the elbows and let our forehead start to come down to the ground. If you're on your toes, you can do the same thing. You can do it from here, tuck the pelvis under, make the legs strong, and then float down. Elbows bend, squeeze them towards each other, and float on down. And just take a moment here and just notice what your breath is like right now. And you're sitting on the chair, just close your eyes and notice that your breath is a little faster or slower, longer or shorter, of the rhythm. And then bring your fingertips to the outside of yours, to the side of you, and bring the elbows high. So if you're probably going to bring it on your chair, on the outside of the chair. Yeah. And then you're just going to lift the heart and chest. Hold it here, elbows high to the side of your body, and exhale down. I'm going to do a few more like that. So if you're on the chair, maybe you'll just bring your hands on your thighs, and you'll lift up and down like that. Okay? And if you're here, you're going to lift up and down. Work into your armpits, work into your triceps, work into the upper lower back. Take a deep breath and lift. Good. Maybe turn your head looking to the back. one way, and then turn your head, look to the other side, and release. Take a deep breath, release it. Again, take a notice of your breath. Bring your wrist close to your low rib. Squeeze the elbows. Press to 10 toenails, even press your pinky toenail down. Lift your kneecaps, and then come up to upward dog. So upward dog, you're gonna lengthen the arms, press the heart forward. If it's a lot for you today, just leave the knees down. Good, open the heart, press the heart, shine it forward. And exhale, lift the hips up and back, and go into your downward dog. So if you're on your chair, you're gonna lengthen the legs, yeah, and then press the palms forward and press it straight forward, like this. So yeah, good. So it's like, and then legs are straight as you can make it. I know it's hard. Stretching into your hamstrings. And here we are, take a breath. You can just walk, move around a bit. See how it feels. Deep breath, make the neck long. Biceps are pressing forward. Your ears are close to the shoulders. Another deep breath. And then bend your knees. Look forward and bring your right foot forward and then your left foot forward. If that's hard and it's just too much today, you're gonna walk the feet in towards your hands. Bend your knees a lot and take your ribs and your belly button and rest it on your thighs. Take your hands opposite elbow, opposite knee, and let your forehead hang towards your shin. So from here, if you're not on the chair, and you don't want to fall off, but if you're standing, lean forward and then press the heels deeper. You know, there's a deep stretch in the back, in your low back, in your upper back. And then maybe lift the hips a little higher. Press the forehead down toward your shins, lift the hips a little higher, squeeze the belly in. One more deep breath, and release the arms, and roll all the way up. Roll the shoulders all the way back and down, and release. Take a breath here. Into Tadasana with your shoulders rolled back. Your ribs are going close to the hips. Tailbone is turned under. Lift your kneecaps. Press into the heels. Chin is parallel to the mat. We'll go into one complete sun salutation, and then we'll go into a balancing pose from there. So here we go. Inhale, lift it straight up. I'm going to do a little bit more here. So stay here and then come onto your toes. And then exhale, come down. So if you're sitting, maybe you can come up and hold onto the chair because this is really important, working to the bottom of the feet and working into your calves. So basically you'll come on your toes, high and high up. And then as you exhale, you'll come down and you'll lift the toes down to your heels. So holding on the chair really helps. And then inhale, lift the toes, lift the heels. Exhale, lift the toes. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lift the toes. You can lift one at a time if it feels good. Inhale, one more. And exhale, come on down. Good. And then here we go in Surya Namaskar, Sun Salute. I'm going to do just a letter, Sun Salute A, which is the simpler one. Just lengthen up. Inhale. Low back bend. Reach back. Exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale, slide the hands up the shins. Press the collarbones wide and press the heart forward. Perfect. Exhale, bring the hands down and going into plank pose or onto your knees. Chaturanga, your choice. Remember, knees separate. All the way out. It's only halfway down, parallel to the ground. Inhale to upward dog. Press the heart and chest forward. And then exhale, lift the hips up and down. Squeeze the belly in. Downward dog. Take a breath. Lengthen your neck. Gaze forward to bend the knees and walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward bend. Bring your forehead towards your shins. Soften the knees and bend them as much as you need to come back up. Inhale. And exhale, hands back. Relax the shoulders. And here we go. So we're going to go into a little bit of balancing today. Again, we can do this on the chair. I can also hold onto a chair and do it if that feels good, but we'll be doing it from standing otherwise. And you're going into your chair pose again. So you hinge back, sit deep into a chair. You're already in a chair there. If you want to slightly get off a chair, you can do that as well. And then lengthen the arms. And I'm going to try and sit as so low that I can bring my hands to almost touch the ground. And then just lifting up and squeezing the upper back. Actually, you can do it sitting if you want. And then come on down, right? So you're going to.
Or you can hold on to a chair.
Yeah, so you can hold on with one and do it with one arm, or you can lean all the way forward, bring your arms out to the side, and then just lift and down. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades, really strengthening the upper back here. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. When you come up, you're going to come up and you're going to twist yourself to the left and keep your hips facing the front, and then come back down again. Back to chair. This time you're going to reach forward. So you're going to reach forward like this. And then you're going to pull back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and reach, and pull, and reach, and pull, and reach. One more. Pull, and reach, and then turn to the right. So here. And then finally, we're going to come all the way back down. And lift the arms into chair. Hold it here. Squeeze the hips. Bring your hands to heart. And you can do this from seated. You can bring your legs a little bit closer and squeeze the legs together. Again, I'm going to sit low. Left elbow, we're doing a little twist. You can stay where you are. You can just twist like this, and this is okay too. Left elbow to the outside. Squeeze the palms together and lift the heart and gaze up. Bring the thumbs close to the heart. Sit as low as you can and gaze up. Deep breath. So those who want the challenge, you can stay there and even lift that other leg off the ground and hold. Deep breath. Good. When you release that leg, you're going to release it to the side and come back up. Inhale. So now you have one leg behind the other and bring your hands together. Good. Inhale, lengthen straight up. And exhale, you're going to reach your hands to the left. Press the right hip out and then lift that armpit up forward and bring the arms back behind your ears a little bit more. There you go. Squeeze the biceps towards the ears. Good job. One more deep breath. And come back to the center and bring your hands back to hips. The right ankle, we did this when we were sitting. I said I come up to the left thigh. Okay, flex the foot. And I'm going to go sideways so you can see. You're going to hinge the hips back and then press all the way down into a figure 4, sitting pigeon. I'll give you an option here for a little extra challenge. Again, either stay with the hands to hips, so that's better. Hold on to a chair or a friend or a person, or take the elbow and bring it over to that other side and twist and focus. Take a deep breath. Slow it down. Feel the breath. One more deep breath. And then come back to center, lengthen all the way back up. Inhale, reach that right leg up. Almost there. And bring that right leg back. You want to be in a slant here. Left knee on top of the ankle. And then drop the right knee towards the mat and hold it here. You can have a couple of choices. Hands can stay on hips. Okay. And again, if you're able to stand with the chair, then this is a great way to do it as well for some balance. But I want you to see if you can try and bring the right knee almost to touch the ground. Tuck the pelvis under. You get a great stretch here in your quads, in your hip flexors, and you can just pulse it out. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release it. Come back to center. Good. And take a breath here. Relax the shoulders. And we'll do the other side. So here we go. We're going to go back into chair, hands to heart. Sit into chair, lengthen the arms. Again, you're going to sit deep into the heels. As you bring your hands back to heart, you're going to twist the other way. So my right elbow will go to the left side. Press the palms hard together and then press the chest forward. Bring the thumbs to the chest. Sit as low as you can. And then maybe you're going to go into that challenge, right? So here we are. We're going to maybe lift that right leg up. Hold it here like a flamingo. Focus. Release the right leg behind the left and come on up. So we have another cross here, crossing the feet. Squeeze those inner thighs together, get a benefit from there. And lift. Squeeze the biceps to the ears. Lengthen the spine, inhale. And exhale to the right. Take a deep breath. Press into both feet. Bring the right armpit forward. Good. And bring the arms back as far as you can. And back to center. Bring your hands to hips. We're just going to finish the sequence and come to the ground. So left ankle on right thigh. Again, the right knee is soft. You're going to make sure the right knee stays behind the toes. And then you're going to hinge your hips back. Figure 4. Here we go. You can take your left ankle onto the right thigh. The other way, yeah. Hands to heart. And then sit low. Good. Open the collarbones, press the shoulder blades back and make it wide. And then if you're going further, you'll bring the elbow to the foot, twisting deeply. Twisting is really good for digestion, for your lymphatic system, for diabetes. One more deep breath. As you come up, you're going to press into the standing foot, lift the other knee up, hold it here, and just press forward and release. Good. And just shake it out a bit. And then we're going to take our time to go back down to the ground today. So we're just either going to bend the knees to come down, or you find a way to come down that's good for you. Okay? If you're here for a moment, let's just do a nice little squat just to stretch the upper back. Fingertips will come down and just round it up and bring the forehead to the knee. And then come back to seated. We're going to go into Baddha Konasana and what people might consider a butterfly. And this is, again, we have a lymphatic node in our ingroin system. Is that correct?
Groin.
The groin system. And so, again, we're going to activate that by pressing the feet and heels together and just letting our legs come up and down. So let's just do that for a few seconds, and then we'll roll on to our backs. Here we go. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Lean slightly back, bring the feet together, and we're going to roll on down to our back. And the last thing we'll do for the lymphatic system before we go into meditation will be a pelvic tilt. So go ahead and roll on down, all the way down, so the low back, middle, and the upper back come all the way down. Bring your feet underneath your knees, and bring your hands to the side. And all you're going to do is you're going to press, I'm not sure how to describe it as well, but you're going to press the low back down and lift the pubic bone upwards. And then you're going to press the glutes down and lift the low back up. So slight tilting and up and down motion here. And I'm going to see if you can do this while we're seated. When you're seated, you can do the same thing. You're just going to tilt and then round a little. The tilt, so you're really squeezing into the belly where the other parts of our lymph nodes are located. And this way you can get another massage. So just tilting. It also works the ab muscles. If you've noticed Kapalabhati, this motion here, twisting, all of it is good for our belly fat, for digestion. So a couple more. And just release. And just take a breath here, release it all. And we're just going to take that left knee into the left armpit and just stretch it here. Bring the left ankle to the right thigh, open it up. And then gently start to roll the legs over to the right side. Let both legs come all the way down to the ground. And then just gaze the other way. Just a little twist again to end. Soften the belly, the glutes, and the heart. And then as you exhale, come back to center. Release the left foot. And the right ankle on the left thigh. And the same thing, let your legs roll the other side. Let everything come down. Relax it all. Gaze to the right. And then again, if you're on the chair, you can just be here and you can just twist it to one side and relax. Oh, yes. And come back to center. And just release both legs. We're just going to get ready for meditation. Decide if you're going to stay here in your Shavasana or if you want to be seated on your chair. Whichever place is best for you. Take a deep breath. Relax the entire back onto the mat. Open the heart. Take a deep breath in the nose and fill the belly and just let everything go out of your mouth. Quiet the mind. And now we can go into our meditation for today.
So stay in whatever comfortable position you're in. And just relax. Keep breathing in and out. Maybe take a few deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and then letting out a big breath out through your mouth with a hooting sound, like as if you are sighing. Then just return to your normal breath. Keeping your awareness focused on your breath. So today I thought we'll do a few meditative breathing practices that can ground you, and you can use these whenever you are under stress to just bring more mindfulness, more presence into whatever you're doing. So the simplest such way is to actually count as you're breathing in and count backwards as you're breathing out. So you can count 1 through 4 as you're breathing in, and then 4 through 1 as you're breathing out. So let's do that for a minute. So start with breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then breathe out slowly 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue counting as you breathe in and out.
And then you can slowly lengthen your exhalation. So instead of counting from 4 down, you can go up to 5 or 6. So inhale and count to 4, and then exhale and start counting from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, exhalation is what produces the relaxation response. So the longer you make the exhalation and slower, the more relaxed you're going to feel. Let's talk about another way of keeping your focus on your breath. And this is really a good technique if you have trouble focusing on your breath while you're meditating. So what you do is, with every exhalation, you count backwards from 10 through 0. So the first exhalation you take, say 10 in your mind, then 9, 8, as with each exhalation. And if you lose count, you have to start all over again from 10. So let's do that. Inhale, and as you exhale, count 10. And inhale again, count 9, and keep going like that. Prayer beads is also an excellent way to become more mindful. So using prayer beads can help. And then one last method I would talk about is where you become aware of all your senses. So kind of first listen to all the sounds in the environment. And then take a deep breath and smell everything you can smell. And then focus on your taste and see what you can taste in your mouth. And then touch on your skin. So feel the touch of your clothes around your skin, the earth beneath your feet, the support of the chair you're sitting on, the temperature of the air against your skin, the weight of hair on your head. These are all good ways to ground yourself and be more mindful in this moment at any time, especially when you're under stress. Thank you, everyone, and we will see you next Thursday. Namaste.